What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I am wearing a shirt. It's just an off the shoulders shirt. This is not a naked makeup tutorial, okay? So obviously I'm going to be showing you how I created this look right here. So let's not waste any time and let's get right into this beautiful summer glam. Let's go. I'm all beautifully barefaced. My skin is freaking out right now, so try to ignore it because it is driving me insane. Got all this going on here. I had like a nasty blemish right here. I got all this going. Girl, my hormones are a hot mess. But the first thing, so I already have my skin prep on and everything like that. I've got serum, moisturizer, eye cream, everything on, and even lip balm. The base of my routine is gonna be pretty usual as to what I normally do. So we're just gonna do that, and then where we're really gonna get creative in this look is the eyeshadow, which I'm super excited about. The eyeshadow that you guys have already seen, but I haven't yet. So I got this at Papaya. Papaya's been my jam recently. Like seriously, so many cute things, so freaking cheap. Papaya's, you know, just that good go-to. Okay, so I'm just gonna take, this is the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation in the shade Natural Beige. And I'm gonna do a little bit more of a fuller coverage just cause that's what I'm feeling today. But I always start with just a light layer, and then I go back in and I add more. And I'm using the Sephora Pro Core Diffuser brush. You guys remember whenever people used to do just like, you know, just the good old makeup tutorial, you know? The Michelle Phan days. I feel like Desi Perkins and Kristen Dominique, like they still come in clutch with the tutorials, you know? But for the most part, like pretty much every other beauty influencer is like, get ready with me. And the only time that they'll really do tutorials now is like during Halloween. But I feel like if you're somebody who is like you're up on the beauty influencers and stuff like that, you're just in the community, you know, then you kind of get tired of just the tutorials, you know, because you start to get a hang of things and you're like, okay, I already know kind of what I'm doing. I already have a routine that I like you're not really coming to them for the information anymore. You just are coming either for inspiration for looks or you're just keeping up on their lives, you know what I'm saying? I like the way that Desi Perkins does her tutorials because she'll do them like very specific. Like it won't necessarily just be like, oh, a black smoky eye tutorial or something like that. It'll be like she's recreating a celebrity eye look or something like that. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of the Lancome Tinty Dull. This is the Ultra Wear in the shade 110. It's kind of just like this really, really peachy concealer, so I use it as a color corrector. And honestly, I just use my finger with that. I just tap right in here where I just have that dark purple that I need to conceal or correct. Okay, so now just a little bit of the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. This is in the shade Snow. So this one is definitely pretty light. So I try to be a little bit more light-handed with it so it doesn't get too crazy. Because seriously, with this stuff, like a little bit goes a long way. But this is an incredible concealer, like so freaking good. If you haven't tried it, I like it better than the Shape Tape. I like the texture. I like the way that it sits on the skin, like everything in between. It's not as matte as Shape Tape. So if you have like really oily skin, you might like Shape Tape better. But that one is so good for like anywhere from normal to combination to dry, especially dry skin. It's so nice. Or if you have oily skin but like your under eyes are dry or something like that, this one is really, really nice. And I've actually just been using the Real Techniques. This is actually a contour brush, and I'm just gonna use that to actually blend in my concealer. And I've actually been like bringing my concealer a little bit wider, like not just keeping it on the tip of my chin, but just like kind of blending it out a little bit more. I asked you guys in my Instagram stories today if you would like me to do like regular vlogs. First of all, I don't feel like I'm very good at vlogging right now, and I want to get better at it because I think it's a lot of fun, and I want to be like more comfortable in front of the camera and like vlogging in public and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't want to do something that like you guys are gonna be like, oh, we'd rather you do like tutorials or something like that. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like me to do more vlogging, just like sharing my life, like what I eat on a daily basis and how I stay organized, and just kind of like a look into my life behind the scenes and stuff like that. I was thinking either weekly vlogs or monthly vlogs, and it would just be more of a way for me to stay connected with you guys, and it would be really fun. I don't know, I've just really been enjoying vlogs recently from the creators creators that I love and follow, and so I just, like, I've done a few vlogs here and there for like special occasions, but it's like, what if I make it a regular thing? So let me know down in the comments if you would be interested in seeing like a regular vlogs from me, just sharing my life, what me and my husband do, date nights, like, I don't know, everything. Just everything. Just all the fun stuff or all the hard stuff, you know, like what our daily routines are and, you know, stuff like that. I feel like I've actually learned a lot from watching other vloggers because I'm like, oh, that's how they do that. That's how they, it could be something as like, oh, that's how they clean their cabinets. Like that's a really smart way to like organize them or something like that. Like I feel like I just learned so much from watching other people's lives and it's just fun to me. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that because I think that that would be a lot of fun. Oh, and then I can take you guys shopping with me too if we do vlogs because I've been doing a lot of shopping recently. I've been kind of replacing my wardrobe because I'm getting rid of a ton of stuff. So I've been doing a lot of shopping, especially for summer. So let me know, just let me know because I think that would be super fun to take you guys shopping. I'm just taking a little bit of the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. Just really pressing that into the concealer. My forehead wrinkles start coming in. I'm a very expressive person and my forehead wrinkles really show it. All right, I'm just taking a little bit of the Too Faced. This is it's their shadow insurance. It's super, super important for a summer look for you to prime your eyes, especially if you have any kind of oily eyelids, because my skin is actually on the drier side. It's pretty normal in the summer and then it gets pretty dry in the winter. No matter what season it is, my eyelids always get oily. Especially in the summer, you want to make sure that you put an eyeshadow primer on because otherwise all those oils will typically still make their way through a concealer, even if it's like set with powder and stuff like that. So it's dependent on the person and like how oily your eyelids get. Some people can still get away with concealer during the summer, but I find that my shadow will last so much better if I use an eye primer. Like I thought that I could get away with concealer for a long time, but then I was noticing that my eyeshadow was breaking up a lot more, just a lot sooner than when I used an eye primer. So I'm back to using eye primers because I think it might just be the season for me, you know? But for the most part, I feel like I'm just liking my eyeshadow looks. They stay so much better with an eye primer. It really does make a difference. So, but then I just set that with powder and I definitely have to set my eyes with powder because otherwise my mascara and like literally everything will smudge. So I have to set them with powder just to try to keep the smudging at bay. Now I'm just taking a little bit of the IT Cosmetics. This is the Sunshine in a Compact in the shade Warmth. This is a brush that I got in my Ipsy Glam bag, but it's the Farah or however you want to say that. It's the 50F. And I've actually I was using a smaller brush for bronzer for a little while and I liked it and I wasn't sure. I decided to try this one just because I needed to clean my other one. And I decided to use this one kind of in a pinch and I've just really been liking it. It's so freaking soft. Feels so good. So I'm just applying that in all the huge places. So underneath the cheekbone, on the sides of the nose, and then I really, especially for summer looks, I like to be really generous with the bronzer on the forehead. For summer looks and for photos, I love to just really bronze it up. I just freaking love the way that this brush diffuses the bronzer. It just like blends it so perfectly. Then I take a little bit right underneath. So I've randomly been using this TG Cosmetics. This is a glow blush, lovely duo. It's like a brand that nobody knows about. I got it in my makeup kit whenever I went to cosmetology school. And I went to Toni and Guy for cosmetology school. So it's basically like their brand. But I really like it because it's almost like this bronzy, glowy kind of blush. I definitely don't wear it whenever I'm not tan because it's just too dark for me. It's like this bronzy glowy blush, but it has this slight pink under pigment to it. I mean, if I'm honest, it's almost like adding more bronzer. That's like the kind of tone that it is, but it just has this beautiful reflection and a little hint of that pink tint to it. So then I'm just gonna go in, I broke this, but this is the Ofra Star Island highlighter. I freaking love this. I got this in my Ipsy Glam bag. I'm just gonna brush that onto the apples of my cheek and into the brow bone. Bring it all the way. I kind of do these little circular motions just to keep it really soft and diffused. I don't like the striped highlighter look, so this is how I apply it. Just give it like that nice soft, like you don't really know where it starts, where it stops. It just looks, you're like, oh, I'm just like naturally glowy like this, you know? And then down the bridge of the nose. This is a BH Cosmetics, a 126 brush. I got it in a little brush kit of theirs from Riley Rose actually. So I just do the Cupid's bow and then the chin as well. If I'm intentionally like doing like a summery like glam look, then I typically do apply a little bit more highlighter. And I know that also I'm gonna be taking pictures in this, so that's another reason. And sometimes I'll just go over that highlighter with my blush brush, not with any extra product, just whatever's left over on my blush brush. And I'll just kind of brush it over, just to help it to blend together. So again, it doesn't look like that white stripe on the cheek. It just kind of looks like it's coming from within. And then it also catches on the brow bone there, you see? It looks so pretty. Come in closer. So now I'm gonna do my brows. I think I need to do actually a little bit of shaping, which is annoying because I just did shaping the other day. All right, well, I guess I'm not shaping my brows today because I can't find my tweezers, so we'll just have to bear with it. Bear with me, okay? All right, so I'm running out of this stuff, but I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Gel. This is in the shade Soft Brown. Not my favorite shade, but I would prefer to have this shade than a shade that's like too light, like a taupe, because what I try to do with my brow gels is make the hairs darker so that it shows more dimension, because I do an auburn pencil and then I do just like a darker brow gel, so that way the hairs really stand out on top of the brow pencil. Kind of gives them a little bit more of like that more natural feathery look. This brow has like a gap, so I have to be super particular right here. Like the arch is kind of sparse, so I'll just kind of use the tip of the brow gel wand and try to spot fill, basically. Now the thing is that, so that I keep that feathery look and I don't smudge the gel around, I actually stop and I let it dry. Let's just move on to the lips. We'll go ahead and do the lips really quick. Should I do a brighter color or should I do a nude? I just love nudes for summer. They're just so classic. I just really freaking want a nude right now. I'm feeling either a nude or like an orange kind of. Okay, so while that brow gel, it's probably pretty well set already. I found this lipstick from Tarte. This is the Weekender and it's their Color Splash lipstick. It's part of their Rainforest of the Sea line. So I'm just gonna first take the Buxom. This is the, what is this? Oh, it's the Plump Line lip liner in the shade Hush Hush. It is my freaking ride or die. I love this color so much. I've recommended it to so many people. I've gotten so many people to buy it. I'm just blotting off any excess lip balm that I have. You always want to start underneath like this and then do the Cupid's bow and then connect everything to the center, the Cupid's bow and the bottom. And then I just kind of feather it in so it doesn't look like a hard line. Okay, and then I'm just gonna apply that coral. We'll definitely need some gloss with this. I like that. It's still kind of like nude, but it still kind of has like this punch of color, just a little, like a coral punch to it. That's pretty much just what I want. But let me get some gloss. Definitely need gloss with this. Okay, I am almost out of this, but this is the Trust Fund Beauty, the Lipgasm lip gloss. It is just like a nice sheer nude. Beautiful. Oh, that's the perfect, I love this gloss so much. It's just like so, it's like that wet, juicy look, you know? All right, so I'm pretty sure I could do this whole eyeshadow look with just 3 little brushes here. So I'm gonna challenge myself to do that because I hate cleaning brushes. Literally the bane of my existence. I hate it so much. I'm gonna take the shade Still Shot. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. This is the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. It's really not my favorite brow pencil, but I've been using it and I plan to use it up. So we're gonna use it up. The best way that I have found to use it is to use it on its side and really, really lightly, because it's definitely one of those pencils that, like, if you're too heavy-handed with it, it's like really waxy and it just starts to get that weird, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but you know how sometimes you use a brow pencil and it just has like that weird waxiness to it? It's like that weird consistency if you layer it too much. That's exactly how this one is. So I don't really recommend this pencil. There are definitely ones that are way easier to use, but I am on the hunt just to get a good drugstore brow pencil. And I've heard that the NYX ones are good, so I think I'm gonna try those next. My thing is, I always want one that is an auburn color. Why do so many brow lines not have an auburn color? Drives me insane. And that was even my pet peeve before I was even a redhead. So it's not like oh, I'm biased because I'm a redhead. Like, even whenever I was just doing freelance work and I was working on clients, I would go to find a brow pencil and I'd be like, why do they not have an auburn color? Like, it's so important. I always try to brush my hairs down because you see how whenever I brush them down, there's like that weird gap there. I'll just go in and fill that in. I think that looks pretty good. I'm being a little bit picky about my brows recently. Is it just me, or is this brow just like not working? All right, we're just gonna move on. I don't want to talk about my brows. This brow pencil is all right, so I'm gonna take the shade Still Shot. This is from the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Still absolutely love this palette. It's so good. And I'm just gonna use that as my transition shade. I'm just using the very, very tip of this brush. This is the Sephora Pro Tapered Crease Brush. Oh, if there's like this pink glow on my face, it's from my curtain. It's a pink curtain that I need to get replaced so that it doesn't cast a pink glow. All right, so now I'm gonna go into a little bit of Riff. This will just start to deepen that a little bit using the same brush. I'm just using the very, very tip, like the tapered point, to control it a little bit more. My husband is laughing really hard downstairs. No idea what he's laughing at. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the shade Punk. I'm just gonna take this on a little angled brush. This one is from BH Cosmetics. I'm just taking it on like the very, very tip of that. Like, I'm not putting it all across the whole angle, just on the very point of the angle. I'm just gonna start to deepen this outer corner even more and then bring it up to that crease a little bit. And I don't want this look to be dark. I just want to give it a little bit more depth. So I'm only using that shade to deepen it. I'm not trying to like make the crease dark brown, you know what I'm saying? I freaking love this palette. I just think that this palette is gonna be like kind of a timeless palette. The performance of the shades are good. The palette itself is super sturdy, really, really good for travel, even though it is a little bit on the heavier side, especially because of the mirror. But overall, it's like, I think that makes it really sturdy. And so it doesn't make me scared to like travel with it, you know? Just taking a little bit of that Still Shot, that first shade that we used, just honestly running that over what we just did, just to kind of bring that back out, give it that kind of peachy tone. Okay, so I don't want to do a cut crease for this look. I actually want it to be super soft and just kind of blended. And so we're gonna go into the shade Stranded. Yeah, this is perfect. That's what I wanted. I actually am bringing that up over the crease just a little bit because I want it to just kind of be like this soft, diffused, almost wet look, you know? Okay, so now for underneath my eyes, I'm gonna take the shade Baja. It's like this burnt orange shade that was like the inspiration for this whole look. And I'm just gonna really pack that on underneath. I just really want this to be like a focal point. And I'm just gonna like really blow this out. I want it to be such a focal point. Yes, that is so... I just looked at my monitor. I'm like, yes, that is what I wanted. So I'm just like really packing it onto the line, and then I'm using the tip of it just to start to really like blend it out. Okay, and I have like a coral, I think it's a lip liner, but I'm gonna use it as an eyeliner. So let me find that really quick. I'm gonna put that on my waterline. It's this lip liner from NARS called Nahiwatu, and it kind of looks like that. It's kind of a little bit more on the redder side, but I think it'll work. And I have sometimes with lip liners had, especially ones that have more red pigment in them, I have had them kind of make my eyes itch before. So just make sure that you are being careful with your products. If they irritate you too much, like obviously use them the way that they're supposed to be used. Just basically use at your own discretion, use at your own risk if you're going to put a lip liner on your waterline. So I don't know how much I like that because I didn't want it to be red. Like I want it to be soft and like corally. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna try to do a little bit of this more pink lip liner over that just to maybe soften it a little bit. It's better. That's a little bit less intense, but let's do, I'm not gonna do winged eyeliner. Just not feeling it for this look. So let me grab some lashes. We'll put on some mascara and lashes and go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna take these lashes. These are the Eylure X Thalia Power Play lashes, and I just have a little bit of the Brush On Duo Lash Glue. If you haven't tried the Brush On Duo Lash Glue, it is the best. Like, oof, so good. Way better than just like the one out of the squeeze tube. I cannot for the life of me use that one anymore. Ever since I started using this one, every time I go to use that one, it's like my brain can't comprehend it anymore. I feel like there's such a small amount of time that you have to work with from between it being too wet and it drying completely. Like you just have to get it like right in that perfect in between, and that's not always easy to do. So I brushed the lashes on. Yeah, I wish I could brush my lashes on. I brushed them with glue. I'm gonna apply some mascara. Recently, I've been using the Miss Your Big by Lancome. I ran out of my IT Cosmetics Superhero finally, so I'm trying to go through all of the mascaras that I have on hand, so I didn't go and repurchase it. And I do really like the Miss Your Big one. It's really, really good at giving volume, but I will say that I do like the way that the IT Cosmetics one actually combed the lashes a little bit nicer. I feel like this one can get a little bit clumpy sometimes. I'm actually gonna wait to apply any mascara to the top. I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the lashes. Whew, I don't have any tweezers on me. Okay, we're gonna try to do this without them. I get this one on before it dries. Mascara. My husband and I started watching, for the first time ever, we started watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We started on season 14, I think it is. And I have to say, that show is freaking hilarious. I guess I just feel like I understand them a little bit more now, because whenever I was younger and I would like see bits and pieces of the show, I'd be like, oh my gosh, these people are so dramatic or whatever. I know that it's like reality TV and they're supposed to be like that and blah, 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 blah. But I think part of it is that I understand that it is reality TV and not all of it is real. And so that's part of it. But then also I feel like I understand their personality type a little bit better. So I don't know, I guess I realize now that a lot of the ways that they act and the way that they pick on each other and stuff like that, it's like fun to them. It's not like they're just being dramatic, because like that's kind of just like how they have fun, and like that's how they connect as a family in a way. I felt like, oh my gosh, they're actually kind of fun to watch, you know? And so me and my husband are surprisingly really liking it, and that's kind of funny because we are not reality show kind of people. We usually do not like reality TV shows at all, but now I guess we're keeping up with the Kardashians. I have to fix my brows. They're just driving me insane. The other day, I made this brow pencil work, and I was like super proud because I was like, oh my gosh, the brow pencil isn't like really that bad. Like at least I can make it work, you know? And then today I'm like, I hate this brow pencil so much. Can't make it work. Nobody buy it. It's not worth it. It's better. It's better. It's passable. It is what it is. think I need to do a little pop of something something on the inner corner. So let's just take our highlighter actually. I'm just gonna take that Ofra highlighter on that same brush, the one that we used for the lid. I'm just gonna pop that right on the inner corners. Alright guys, so if you like this video, I don't normally do a ton of tutorials on my channel, but you can check out this video right here where I try out the Loving Tan for the first time. So that is how I have a tan going on right now. I'm normally very fair, so you can see how that turned out on me. I share my entire experience with you. It's a really fun video. So check that one out right there, and I'll see you over there.